Continuum music pedagogy. Consistently readjusting the body, returning to the principles of playing. Playing an instrument is never a fixed posture frozen in time. It is a living relationship between body, instrument, and sound that must be renewed moment by moment. The principles we learn, straight bow, release tension, lengthen spine, light touch, the use of gravity, free elbows, steady breathing, are not once and for all achievements. They are directions we continually return to. The act of readjusting is itself one of the most important practices a musician can cultivate. Every principle exists because it serves the free production of sound and the health of the player. A straight bow path keeps the hair in even contact with the string, so the tone remains centered and the arm moves economically. Released tension prevents the body from fighting itself, allowing energy to travel outward into vibration rather than being locked in the shoulders, jaw, or hands. A lengthened spine and open chest give the lungs room and keep the instrument supported without collapse. A light touch on string or key preserves sensitivity and prevents forced sound. Gravity, when allowed to work through a balanced body, supplies weight without effort. Free elbows create the arcs the bow or arm needs. Regular breathing keeps the whole system alive and prevents the unconscious holding that dulls both tone and musical thought. These principles slip for the simplest of reasons. Attention moves toward the music, the next difficult passage, the desire to project, or the simple fatigue of concentration. The body, left unattended, begins to protect itself. The bow drifts, the shoulders rise, the back rounds, the grip tightens, the breath shortens. None of this is moral failure. It is ordinary human physics. What matters is the habit of noticing and returning. Consistent readjustment is the practice of that return. It is not constant self-criticism. It is quiet, repeated orientation. Between phrases, at the end of a line, during a rest, or even in the middle of a sustained note, the player can ask, is the bow still traveling straight? Are the shoulders soft? Is the spine long? Is the touch light? Are the elbows free? Is the breath moving? Each small correction re-establishes the conditions under which clear sound and free movement are possible. Over time, the corrections become faster, lighter, almost automatic, yet they never become unnecessary. The body, like the instrument, remains a living system that needs ongoing care. This habit also protects the larger sense of space we have already named the orb. When tension creeps in, the orb shrinks, the player contracts, the sound contracts, and permission to occupy the room diminishes. Each readjustment reclaims that space. The violinist's bow arm recovers its arc, the cellist's endpin and spine regain their relationship to the floor, the bassist finds height and width again, the pianist's arms and feet rediscover the full reach of keyboard and pedals. The orb is not claimed once at the beginning of practice, it is reclaimed continuously. There is a further gift in this practice. By returning again and again to the basic principles, the musician keeps the earliest lessons alive inside the most advanced repertoire. The same lengthened spine that supported the first open strings now supports a complex phrase. The same light touch that produced a pure pianissimo in the first lessons remains available inside a fortissimo chord. Technique does not replace the foundations. It rests upon their constant renewal. In daily work, this can be simple. Begin each session with a brief body scan and a few deliberate adjustments. At natural resting points in the music, pause long enough to notice and release. After a difficult passage, return deliberately to an open string or a single key and rebuild the free relationship before continuing. Over weeks and months, the nervous system learns that freedom is the default, not the exception. The importance of consistent readjustment, then, is both practical and profound. Practically, it keeps the sound clear, the body healthy, and the technique reliable. Profoundly, it keeps the player present, able to inhabit the instrument, the music, and the surrounding space without apology or force. Each small return to a straight bow, a soft shoulder, a free breath, is a quiet act of permission, the permission to be here, to move, and to make a living sound.